Hey guys, welcome back, and thank you so much for bearing with me in my sporadic posting of videos. Some channels you can expect a video every week, like every Monday or Tuesday or Friday or whatever. But me, I post them as I feel led to, or I don't just like to make a video just for the sake of it, or if I dream. Visions are not as rare. It's not as often as my dreams, but or just a headline, like I said, something that catches my eye in the news, record this, or strongest in, or unprecedented. Those types of things catch my eye because as we progress into the days and weeks to come, that each day we get closer to the Lord's return. And so I like to look for, Jesus said there would be signs, and so I like to look for those signs. And sometimes I'm not always looking for them. I'm looking at something else and I hear about something that correlates, and so why not talk about it? So, and tonight I happen to be bored out of my mind, bored silly. My son is asleep, and I'm tired but not exhausted like I was earlier because I was kind of dozing off with him earlier. Hospital life will wipe out your schedule completely. As you can see, we're still here. 5 months, just about. A couple more days, it'll be 5 months, and I lost track of it now. But I just had a brownie break. If I'm not eating, then I'm on the computer or something to keep myself occupied. I'll go for a walk around here or whatever. But this isn't good because I'm putting on the plans. But it'll be better than I have been in a few days. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay, so let me just jump right into these headlines because I want to do a couple more videos, but I want to just do these headlines first about things that caught my eye. And I get a lot of my information from theweatherchannel.com. I don't really watch the news channels because my son is only on TV in here and he's watching his shows, primarily Food Network mostly. But 500-year floods, and I shouldn't say it's a 500-year flood because they said that term is actually misleading. Some of the meteorologists are saying that term is actually misleading. But I'll just start with the European flooding that's going on in Europe, in the Czech Republic area, and in Germany. My heart goes out to the families of those who have perished, and people who have lost everything. They were saying one particular river, they haven't seen water levels that high in 500 years. And this is like the worst. There were bouts and bouts of torrential rains over a period of days, which led to this breaking of levees and rising of floodwaters, or river water, that causes flooding. And what says that 19,000 people were evacuated from the flooding in the Czech Republic alone. 19,000 people, and some have lost their lives, as I said. I think it's at least 4 in Germany. And this I'm getting again from the Weather Channel. I went to abcnews.com. And so, and then this flooding in the Midwest. There's been flooding all over the world for the last couple of years or so. I've noticed I keep seeing all these floods, and this particular one, there's flooding in the Midwest. I think there's flooding in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to go out there if I'm not for sure. And I don't want to sound ignorant because I like to do my research. But there's flooding in the Midwest. I know that was going on. And with this new storm, this tropical storm that just formed was turning in the Gulf, it elevated into a tropical storm Andrea, the first named storm of the eastern Atlantic, or the Atlantic Ocean. I know the first named storm of the Pacific region developed about a week or so ago and hit Mexico. That was the end of May. But this is the first named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season. That's what I was trying to say. Couldn't get the words out. But anyhow, it's already, from what I understand, bearing down on Florida, and it's got its sights set on New England area between Friday and Saturday, according to the Weather Channel's that cone that they show, so it could either go right or left or in the middle. But what got me is that they're still, I'm sure, recovering from Superstorm Sandy, just a few months ago. I'm sure they're still recovering from that, and now this tropical storm is coming. They said it's a weakening, but it's still a threat. It still can cause some damage. So let's remember them in prayer. And speaking of storms, um, I had a dream back in April. I posted a video about a tornado outbreak in the Midwest. And after I had the dream, I was thinking that maybe it meant something in my personal life because I am going through a storm right now. Look where I am. With my son and so forth and other things that I'm dealing with. But um, I saw this dream, and so after I had the dream, I went and looked up about tornadoes this year because I don't remember hearing about any. And I was thinking this is a quiet year for that, thank God, because I know in the last couple of years, I remember the outbreaks seemed like they started earlier in the year, so but it seemed like it was all pretty quiet. And so after that, when I heard about the Moore, Oklahoma tornado, that was an E5, and then this one that just hit last Friday was, I think it was last Friday, the El Reno, Oklahoma tornado. What caught my eye, I know that Moore had been hit before, but what caught my eye was that they said this was the wildest and widest storm or tornado on record. And the reason it was the wildest is because, I have a phone call coming, I'll call back. But it hit a record like 2 miles across. At one point, they were able to survey the damage, the distance from one end to the other, and at one point, this tornado reached 2 miles across. And they were talking about to bring that to scale or compare, size. That would be like parts of New York. They were saying this many square miles would cover, that many miles it would cover. That's how wide this thing was. And if we were to go through such an area, just imagine the devastation. So the meteorologist was discussing with the reporter about, like, they were kind of talking as if this was like it is an unprecedented thing, and since record keeping, of course, has begun. But, like, maybe this is something that has come and that we won't see the likes of it for another, for I don't know how long. But Bill Nye, the science guy, was on there, and he was saying that this may not be a never say never type of event, but this may be the start of a new era of storms, of tornadoes. And there's a series that I missed on CNN, I hate that I missed at the end of the year last year, about a new era of storms. After Hurricane Sandy, there could be a new era of these record-breaking type of super storms, massive storms that cause catastrophic damage. So that, and then there's a couple other articles. There's something about the SARS outbreak that affecting populations in the United States and then also in other countries, and it's pretty scary stuff. And you think of it, people with immune compromised systems, like my son, taking them out, and it's pretty scary stuff. But I know that we just have to stay covered in prayer and just know that these things are coming upon the land. And this is just the time that we're in. And one other thing I want to talk about, there was a earthquake. It's not like a huge deal because it wasn't that big. It was a 5.7. The only reason I'm mentioning it is because they said it was the strongest quake to rock this area in decades. And this was in near a town called Greenville, California, which is in northeastern California. And there are known faults in that area, and there's even a fault that runs, I think, along the northern end of Lake Tahoe, they were saying. But the reason I'm mentioning it is because, like I said, anytime I hear record this strongest in or unprecedented, worst ever, that always catches my eye. But they were saying that, and this was all in 1 week that I'm seeing all these headlines, for these things that I've mentioned. They were saying that it hit a densely forested region and just caused some damage. Some chimneys were knocked off the homes, some things fell off the shelves, of course. But this area is not as widely studied as like Southern California, for instance, or the Bay Area. So this is an area that they're probably going to start, looking at and studying. So, and then I have the asteroid flyby here, 1998 QE2, which wasn't a threat to the Earth. It was like 15 times, it came between the Earth and the Moon, like 15 times the distance of the Earth and the Moon. That's how close it came, and it wasn't considered a threat. But it gave scientists an opportunity to film this thing. I think they even saw that it had its own moon or some type of satellite going around it. And it won't be back for another couple hundred centuries. But it gave them a chance to study it and view it and kind of look at it with the radar telescopes. It was a great opportunity for them to do that. And why am I mentioning that? Because it seems like we've had a lot of flybys lately. And I know we have asteroids coming through or meteorites coming through our atmosphere every day, and they burn up, of course. And had the privilege of seeing a couple of their neat light shows, especially at night. Of course, the one that hit the Soviet Union not too long ago. You guys know about that. But it's just very interesting, and these are exciting times that we're living in. These are very exciting times, and if you take the time to look and see what's going on in the world, that it just lets you know that what times we're living in. And it made me think about, have I witnessed anyone about Jesus and giving your life to Him and making a commitment to Him? And I thought about it. I haven't. I haven't been on my post. I feel like I haven't been out there telling people about Him and His return and just giving their life to Him. So these types of things make me think about just making my own calling and election sure, and it's just exciting times that we're living in. And I'm going to do another video in just a few moments about a couple different things. But this just seems like I'm in this like oppressionist fight, like this strong oppressionist, something trying to get me to just stop and give up and get discouraged. And I know the source, so I'm going to cut it off here because I'm at 11 minutes. But and that'll be my next video. So stay tuned, guys, and thank you for sticking with me. And I haven't had any more dreams that I can remember, but as soon as I do, I'm going to post it. So if I feel like to, the Lord leads me to post it. So, alright, peace be with you. God bless you all, and we'll keep each other in prayer. How about that? Not just pray for me. I don't want to just ask you to pray for me. We'll keep each other in prayer. God bless you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.